Hello you guys, it's Charlotte. Welcome back to the vlog. Happy 12 days of Vlogmas, day 7. Today I wanted to bring you guys along for my night routine. I haven't done a night routine in such a long time, and I remember having such a fun time filming the last night routine video that I did. So I'm really excited to bring you guys along for this little night routine. It'll be my like winter 5 to 9 kind of routine. I'm a little bit dressed up right now. I just finished filming my what I spend in a week video. Depending on the order that I edit these videos in, it is either going up as my next video or it went up as the video before this one. I'm still deciding my order a little bit. The 12 days of Vlogmas has honestly been a little bit more challenging than a regular Vlogmas schedule for me, but I think part of that is because I didn't plan it out early enough. I kind of waited till the last minute to plan out my posting schedule, so that's fine. So anyway, I'm a little bit dressed up right now. I don't typically look this made up during the evenings. It's currently 5:30 right now. I thought that would be kind of a perfect time to start out this little night routine. I'm usually home by this time, which is really nice. I'm usually getting home from work around 3:30 to 4:30. It's kind of a range. Really depends on how busy we are at the office during the day. If it's a really busy day, I'll stay until 4:30. Otherwise, I usually come home around 3:30, 3:45-ish. And I usually come right up here to my room and put my stuff down, decompress a little bit. Obviously today I'm going to be cleaning up a little because I've got this whack setup that I use to film my what I spend in a week. You guys would not believe the extreme lengths that YouTubers go to get an aesthetic looking shot. So that's what my background looked like while I was filming that video. And you're like, oh my God, it looks so cute. It looks amazing. I agree. But this is the actual setup. Like, it's ridiculous. So I wanted the tree to be in the background, but obviously there's nothing here in the middle of my room that I can set up my camera and my light on. So I had to get creative. I flipped my tall laundry basket upside down. I have this precarious stack of like 12 books, a little decorative box, and then my desk lamp. I was originally going to use my ring light down there, but the desk lamp honestly gave better lighting than the ring light ever has. So I got it set up on this absolutely atrocious stand, tripod, whatever. But again, it's in the middle of my room, so I needed to plug everything in somehow. So I've got an extension cord running from my lamp all the way down my tripod, and it's plugged into the wall over there underneath my vanity. If it works, it works. Who am I to judge? Anyway, though, we are going to kick this night routine off by changing out of my fancy outfit. This is not what I wore to work, but, it might as well have been. So I'm going to change into some comfy clothes, and I'm going to clean up my room a little bit. I feel like I say this all the time, but I'm always trying to be better about cleaning my room, just keeping a bit of a nicer room in general. Let's clean up this mess and then change into some comfy clothes. Okay, the room is cleaned up a little bit. Still not perfect, but a lot better than it was. I feel like that is my thing sometimes. Like, I end up being my own worst enemy because I will want everything to be perfect all the time. And I kind of end up in this mindset where I'm like, oh, if it's not perfect, then like, what's the point of even doing it? And I get kind of overwhelmed at the idea of like, okay, if I'm gonna clean my room, I'm gonna clean it until it's perfect. I'm like, oh my gosh, but that's gonna take such a long time. I don't have time to clean my room right now. When in reality, that's not true. Like, I definitely have time to pick up the clothes off my floor and put them in the laundry basket, even if I don't have time to like deep clean and wipe down everything and like vacuum my rug. So that's something I'm trying to be a little bit better about, like focus on a little bit more, just being aware of like, sometimes it's better to take a few small steps and make progress on something than it is to wait to do it in one go to make it perfect. It's definitely like my perfectionism coming out to play, but we're working on on it, and that's all we can do. I also changed into my comfy clothes. We are totally channeling my inner cozy vibe right now. I've got this like cream colored crew neck. This is just from Target. I got this a few years ago, I think. And then these waffle knit sage green comfy pants are from Aerie. These are my favorite pants ever right now. They're so cozy, they're so comfy, and they're really cute too. They're also really warm, which is perfect for winter in Maine. It gets quite cold here in the winter, so it's nice to have a cute pair of comfy pants. They feel just like maybe like a half a step above sweatpants. Like I definitely wouldn't wear them out in public, but they're super cute to just have on at home. And then of course I've got my cross slippers on. These are super cute. Those are just from Amazon. I will link them down below. I still haven't taken my makeup off yet just because I'm kind of lazy. So we'll do that a little bit later on. So we're kind of doing like full glam on the face and full cozy on the body, but that's okay. So the next thing that I usually do in my routine is do some work on my own personal, like my YouTube channel, my own personal brand, like my job outside of my big girl job. So usually that's mostly just a lot of work on my computer. And as much as I love it here in my room, I do try to spend time like downstairs with my family if I can, just because I know like I'm not going to be living with my parents forever. Like this is probably going to be the last time in my life that I really like live at home. So I want to like spend time with them as much as I can. And also I get along really well with my parents. I love my parents. They've been on the vlog like since the very beginning. So some of you guys are familiar with my mom and dad, and you know that they're very supportive of me and my channel, which I really appreciate. So usually in the evenings after we all get home from work, we kind of like spend time alone together, where we're not necessarily like spending time together in the sense that we're all doing the same thing, but we'll all just like be doing our own thing in the same room, which I really love. So that is what we're gonna do next. We're gonna head downstairs. I have some videos obviously that I need to edit for the 12 days of Vlogmas. That is taking up a large chunk of my outside of work time right now. So we're gonna head downstairs, maybe sit in front of the fireplace, get some editing done, and spend time with my lovely family, of course. Alright you guys, we're keeping it 100% honest over here. This is the part of the night where my routine usually starts to fall apart. So a good chunk of my evening is spent like we talked about last time before the montage. Like I'll go downstairs, I'll do some work on my computer, and then we usually eat dinner in front of the TV and we watch whatever show that we're currently in the middle of right now. Like you guys saw, it's the Holiday Baking Championship. And again, total honesty over here, most nights I fall asleep on the couch. So I've never been one of those girlies that has like a super aesthetic evening, like night routine. I've always wanted to be. That was actually one of my goals for 2023, was to kind of like work on and develop my night routine, but it just didn't happen. So most of the rest of my night, at least for this portion, is purely like getting ready for bed. Oh my god. Okay, slay. This is what you guys currently look like propped up in my vase of fake plants, but I think it's a better, at least a little bit of a better angle than what we were working with before. So getting ready for bed for me, like much of my night routine, is a very simple process. I start by taking out my contacts and taking off any makeup that I wore during the day. Usually I'm not wearing a ton of makeup. I usually do like bronzer on my eyelids, mascara, and a little bit of concealer. That's more like my everyday look. Obviously today I'm wearing a little bit heavier makeup. I use the Garnier Micellar Water as my makeup remover. On the days where I don't wear a ton of makeup, where I just use like my normal amount of makeup, I'll usually just use this. I put it on a little cotton pad, just like gently rubbing off any makeup that I had on during the day. And usually because I'm not wearing a ton of makeup, that is enough to do the job. Today though, because I was wearing more than usual, I'm gonna double cleanse tonight. So I'm gonna take off everything that I can with my makeup remover, and then I'm also gonna wash my face. I have super sensitive skin, so if I wear anything like blush or bronzer or anything like across my cheeks or on my nose, I will break out the next day. So I try to mitigate that as much as possible by taking off my makeup as effectively as I can, especially if it's in this general area of my face, because that's where I tend to get most of my breakouts, if they're like makeup related. I talked about this in a few videos over the summer. I've always like wanted to be, I don't know if I actually want to be, or if I just kind of admire the girls that have like a 10-step nightly skincare routine. Like, I love the aesthetic of that. I think it's so fun to be like, oh yeah, I'm winding down for the night and I'm doing my nightly skincare. But the fact of the matter is, when it comes to unwinding for the night, that seems like a lot of steps for me. As someone who falls asleep almost every night on the couch before I come upstairs to bed, waking up out of my couch slumber to come do a 10-step skincare routine seems a little excessive and also not realistic for me. One thing I've been kind of like on and off focusing on throughout 2023, and something I want to focus on more during 2024, is obviously having a better night routine, but I want to actually focus on what makes like a better night routine than the one that I have. Obviously, I think not like falling asleep to TV is a big one. Like, finding ways to kind of quiet my mind down without screens is something that I want to focus on in the new year. I've done like on and off pretty well with that this year. I try my best to read before bed rather than being on my phone or watching a movie or watching TV or anything. Also, I do think it's a little bit harder when you're living with other people, and that's like you all kind of fall into routine together. So like, if my quality time with my family is spending time together after work, between like getting home from work, having dinner and going to bed, and we spend that time watching TV, like, that's fine. I'm not gonna like sacrifice that family time to go like write in a journal by myself for the sake of having a night routine. But I do think once I have my own big girl apartment, it will be easier to kind of like have a more Pinterest inspired night routine, if you will. Okay, I'm gonna go in and double cleanse my face. You guys know, if you've been around for a long time, that I actually hate washing my face outside of the shower because I hate the way that the water runs down my arms. So I got these little towel scrunchies off of Amazon in a 4-pack, and you just put them on your wrists when you're washing your face, and it catches all the water so it doesn't run down your arms down to your elbows. So I will link these down below. I've used a couple different face washes in the past, but this one I've been using for a little while and I like it so far. This is the La Roche-Posay Gentle Foaming Moisturizing Wash. This is what I've been using for the last couple months, and I really like it. It's very gentle. Like I said, I have sensitive skin, so I really like using this because it doesn't dry out my skin. This is also for dry skin specifically, so it just works out pretty well for me. So after I wash my face, I go in with 2 different products. Again, I don't use these every night, but I do use these every time that I wash my face. First up is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Serum. This stuff is so good. I do 1 pump on my forehead and then 1 on each cheek. This has been really helpful, especially in the winter when my skin gets extra dry because it's so cold and dry out. Just helps like stay moisturized, stay soft, and it smells really nice too. This whole product line smells amazing. After the serum, I go in with the matching Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel Moisturizer. This stuff is so good. It's definitely a little bit pricey, but it's so worth it. I got this over the summer. I think it was like late August when I got this full bottle, and I'm still using it. Like, I still have a lot left, so it's definitely pricey. I think this was like $30, but I don't use a ton of it, and at least like for me, I feel like a little bit goes a long way. This is a gel moisturizer, which I, through trial and error and experimentation, have found out that I so vastly prefer gel moisturizers and gel products to cream products. They just feel a little bit like cooler and more hydrating on my skin than cream does. And there we go. That's my little mini skincare routine. After my skincare, I just go through the rest of my little like unwinding routine. I brush my teeth, I floss, and I take my vitamins. I get chronic headaches, if you guys didn't know. So I talked to my doctor before I started taking any vitamins or medications. At night, I take 400 milligrams of magnesium oxide, 100 milligrams of vitamin B2. I just take those together. I honestly don't know what the special sauce is that makes those two things make headaches go away. That's what the doctor told me to use. So I'm gonna finish getting ready for bed, brush my teeth, take my little vitamins, get changed into my PJs, and we're gonna wrap up this night routine. And there we go, you guys. Last step of the night routine is crawling into bed. Like I've mentioned a couple different times, I usually try to read a little bit to help me fall asleep. I am currently reading The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. I'm borrowing this copy from my friend Caroline. I'm a little bit less than 100 pages in right now, but it's super good so far. I made it my goal for 2023 to read 30 books, and this is my 28th. So I'm hoping that I have a little bit of time over Christmas to just sit and read. I feel like I haven't had any time off recently, like even on weekends, because it's the 12 days of Vlogmas and I'm trying to like get prepared for the new year and like all of that stuff. I feel like I haven't had any real like downtime. So I really want to try and finish this book and one more before the end of the year. But if that happens, it happens. If not, I'm not that worried about it. But I'm just going to settle in and read a couple chapters of my book for the night. So that is gonna do it for this night routine. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like on it for me down below and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But that is it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Merry Christmas, baby. Reindeer's coming out to play. Santa Claus is packing the presents, making sure you've been behaving okay.